Taking some time now to settle the body, sitting in a comfortable position, ensuring there's balance between the right and the left side, making sure you're steady and comfortable. Spine is straight and head and neck are aligned with the spine, and shoulders are back and down but relaxed. And hands are on the knees in a mudra of your choice. Eyes and mouth are lightly closed. Taking a long, deep yogic breath in now, and when you release the exhalation, release all the events of the day. Let them all go. And another long, deep inhalation now. And this time when you exhale, release all of the conversations and interactions that you've had today, whatever form they've taken. Allow them to be released. And again, another long, deep inhalation. And this time, when you exhale, release any thoughts or feelings of obligations of things you need to do outside of this class. And allow yourself to be right here, right now. There's nothing more you need to do at this time, but to be present. And returning now to the natural breath. And bring the awareness to the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti. And I'll chant the Shanti mantra to pay respect to our wisdom traditions and to each other so we can all learn together without ill will. Breathing in first for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinat Patitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Just keeping the eyes closed still. This class is focused on returning you to stillness. Stillness is our natural state, and even though at times it feels like it isn't, and it's something that we need to attain, it is really present with us at all times, and we often get distracted and clouded by emotions and external situations and by the senses. And so this class is here to bring you back to your natural state. We'll begin the class by lying in Shavasana. So feeling the body's contact against the floor. Ensuring the legs are hip width apart. All tensions released from the body. Arms are a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. Head and neck are aligned. Now bring the knees to the chest, hugging the arms around the knees. First, you might like to just give the lower back a little massage by rocking side to side or going in a circular motion. releasing any tension. And then when you're ready, bring the knees back to the center, still hugging the knees. Inhale and then exhale. After the exhalation, lift the nose towards the knees. Hold for a few moments. And then inhale, gently bringing the head back to the floor. Complete another 4 rounds in this way. After your final round, bring the feet flat in front of the buttocks, flat to the floor. And just take a few moments first to observe the effects of the previous practice. And then place the hands either behind the head, as long as their elbows can reach the floor, or straight out at shoulder height is fine. And we'll move into now a spinal twist. So inhale, and when you exhale, bring the knees together with feet still touching the floor to the right side of the body. Turn the head to the left, allowing the body to ease into the position. It's fine to breathe into the practice. Then inhale, knees and head to center. Exhale, knees to the left, head to the right. Complete another 4 rounds. Placing the awareness in the spine, observing what's happening. After your final round, come back to Shavasana. And again, just for a few moments, observing what's happening in the body. We'll now roll over to the front of the body into Makrasana, crocodile pose. So bringing the elbows in front of the body. So if this is quite strong on the lower back, so if you can feel that, the further away your elbows are, the easier it is on the lower back. Toes together or heels together to support the back. And then you're cupping the hands around the face. And just allow the body to relax to the practice. And now coming back into child's pose, either out in front of the body or beside the feet. If you have high blood pressure, please bring the head above the heart by placing the head on the fist. And again, just relaxing into the position. Now bring the hands down beside the legs if they aren't already. We're going to bring the top of the head to the floor. So raise the buttocks up so that the top of the head, you can feel the pressure on the top of the head. It's fine to breathe into this practice. And then when you're ready, come back to child's pose, Shashankasan. And then when you're ready, come up into a sitting position, to the base position, Parambhik with the legs out in front of the body. And again, just observing what's happening in the body from these practices. We'll now do a more dynamic posture, rowing the boat, making sure the spine is straight. Place the hands in sort of soft fists with the thumb around on the palm with the fingers around. Then lift the arms up above the body. And then exhale forward as you bring the hands towards the feet. Inhale, bringing the arms back in a rowing motion, taking up at the abdomen, raising the arms, exhaling. Complete 5 rounds in each direction. And you can move at whatever pace feels right for you. But observing what's happening in the abdomen, back of the legs, also in the arms from this practice. When you've completed the practice, come back to base position, closing the eyes and observing the movement of energy around the body, coming back to stillness. Our next practice will be Tatali Asana, so the butterfly posture, bringing the feet flat in front of the buttocks, and then bring the soles of the feet together, closest to the body as you can. Hands around the feet, making sure you're sitting up straight. Inhale, bring the knees up towards the arms. Exhale, allowing the knees to fall towards the floor. Complete up to 10 rounds. Observing the opening of the hip, placing the awareness in the hip joints. After your final round in your own time, come back to the base position again, closing the eyes and just witnessing what's happening in the body and the mind at this moment. Our final posture will be a balancing posture, but we're going to do a balancing posture from a sitting position. Balancing postures are wonderful at stilling the mind and bringing you back to stillness, because you need to really focus to make sure that you are doing them correctly and you can be stable and steady. So finding a point on the wall that you can fix your gaze on that isn't moving will help you with this practice. We're going to lean on the buttocks, balance on the buttocks. So check that because you're going to move back a bit, check there's nothing behind you. First, we'll do it in 3 stages. So first, just bring the feet off the floor a little bit and bring the arms out. So you're balancing on the buttocks there, feet a little bit off the floor. And then bring the legs back to the floor. We'll do this one more time, the same level. Next, bring the legs about in line with the knees. And just balancing on the buttocks there. And then now bring the legs back down to the floor. And we'll do this one more time. This time, we're going to go fully, but what we'll do is we'll grab the toes, the big toes, and then we'll extend the legs completely straight. Again, focusing on that point. And we'll just do this once. So hold for your own duration. If you can't hold, maybe do a couple of rounds. Remembering to breathe in the practice and observing what's happening in the mind at this time too. Okay. And releasing the practice. Coming into a comfortable sitting position now for pranayama. Ensuring again that you're in a comfortable position, you're balanced and steady. Hands are on the knees in a mudra of your choice. And observing the breath at the nostrils with the eyes closed. And just observing how the natural breath fills the abdomen with air and the chest with air on the inhalation, and on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And once the breath regulates, we'll move into a pranayama practice of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Bringing the right hand to the eyebrow center, first and middle finger at the eyebrow center. The thumb of the right hand gently covers the right nostril. Inhaling through the left nostril to the eyebrow center, covering the left nostril with the ring finger and uncovering the right nostril, exhaling out of the right nostril. Then inhaling through the right nostril, covering the nostril, exhaling out of the left. So it's in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, and out through the left. If you have your own count in your own practice, please apply that as you will. Otherwise, just make sure that you're using the natural breath. You don't need to gasp or anything like that. It's just a very smooth and fluid, peaceful motion. And this practice is another wonderful technique to bring you back to stillness. We'll be doing this for a few minutes. And now release the hand from the face and breathe through both nostrils to the eyebrow center and follow the breath. And now completely release the practice and lie down in Shavasana to prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. Ensuring you have everything you need for the practice, you may need a cushion to put under the knees to support the back, or a blanket if you are in a cool climate. Remember to loosen any tight clothing, remove any glasses. And lying down on the back, legs are hip width apart. All tension is released from the legs and the feet. Arms are a little bit away from the body with palms facing up. And there's balance between the left and the right sides. Head and neck are in alignment. You can check this by gently bringing the chin to the chest. Eyes and mouth are lightly closed. Take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, melt the body into the floor. And take another long, deep inhalation. And this time, when you exhale, release any expression left on the face, any tension behind the eyes or in the jaw. Just let all tension melt away. And feel the body's contact against the floor. Feel the heels against the floor. Feel the back of the legs and the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back against the floor. Feel each vertebrae and its contact with the floor. Feel the back of the hands and the arms, all the way up to the shoulders against the floor. And feel the contact of the back of the neck and the back of the head against the floor. And notice how all of these different points of contact create one point of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware of sound now. So first, listening for sounds that are way off in the distance. Don't try and identify the sounds or name them. Just move your awareness from sound to sound as you hear it. Move the sound awareness closer now to the sounds outside the room where you are. Just moving the awareness from sound to sound. Bringing the sound awareness into the room where you are now. And now bringing the sound awareness even closer still to sounds inside the body. So listen first to the sound and feel the sensation of the heartbeat. And feel the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. We'll now rotate the awareness around the body. Listen to my instructions, and when I say the name of a body part, place your awareness there, visualize that part, and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin first with the right side of the body and the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now to the left side of the body with the left hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Moving now to the back of the body with the heels, the back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, the entire spinal column, the back of the head and the crown of the head. Moving now to the face, starting with the forehead, the temples left and right, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the eyes, the ears, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. Release the body rotation, bringing the awareness now back to the natural breath, observing the subtlety of the natural breath and observing the movement of the abdomen as it responds to the natural breath. We'll now apply a visualization to the natural breath in the following way. Observe first how the natural breath is unforced, gentle, and steady. Visualize your breath as though it's gentle ripples on a still lake. Each inhalation creates a soft ripple spreading across the surface, and each exhalation smooths that surface again, quiet, calm, and untouched. With every breath, the ripples become softer, the water more still, until the surface becomes like glass, silent, reflective, and undisturbed. And as you inhale, you feel your mind gently expanding. And as you exhale, you feel all movement, thought, and tension settling. And if the mind wanders, use the breath to become an anchor to stillness, quiet, steady, and present. And release the breath visualization now. And instead, feel the following opposite sensations in the body. Recall the subtle sensation of movement, the body shifting slightly from the breath. Focus on the movement in the body caused by the breath. And then exchange this focus on movement with a focus on complete stillness. Observe the stillness of motion in the body. And release this feeling of stillness now. And instead become aware of a distant sound. And then feel the vast, uninterrupted silence that follows it. Focus on the stillness between the sounds. And release this now to instead focus on the feeling of effort. Sense the feeling of effort, even the idea of trying. And then release this focus on effort, releasing it into complete ease, the sensation of effortless presence. And release this now. Allow the body to come back to its normal state. Instead, take your mind to the space behind the closed eyes. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize, and create the following objects and images. You are walking on a quiet path through a forest of tall, ancient pines. The air is cool and clean and still. Not a single branch moves. The only sound is your steady breath and the soft crunch of your steps on the pine-covered path. As you walk, the trees begin to part, and ahead of you stands a small stone temple. The temple is built into the side of a mountain. It is simple, timeless, and completely peaceful. A stream trickles somewhere nearby. It sounds like a lullaby for the land. You enter the temple through a carved wooden door. Inside, the air is cool and still. A single candle flickers at the center, casting a golden light. The stone floor beneath your feet is grounding and cool, and you sit in front of the candle. There are no distractions, no thoughts, just this moment, just this breath, and this presence. The flame does not flicker, the air does not move. Time seems to stretch out and dissolve. You feel completely at home in this space of stillness, and though you've returned to something ancient and felt familiar that lies within you. You sit here breathing as if the mountain itself were breathing with you, vast, steady, and completely unmoved. Stillness surrounds you, stillness fills you, and stillness becomes you. You let this deep sense of peace and presence soak into your being, into your breath, your bones, and your heart. And you know that you can carry this stillness within you always. Like a sanctuary, you can return to it any time that you need it. And you bring this stillness with you now back to the mat in the room where you are and call to mind your Sankalpa. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And allow the breath to deepen in the body now, observing the movement it creates as you do this, how it moves the back against the floor. Check in with your body now and observe how you're feeling at this very moment. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. Begin to remember the details of the room where you are. Color of your mat, color of your clothing and coverings, color of the walls and the floor. Begin to hear the sounds around you and remember the world attached to those sounds. And remember the time of day. Begin to make small movements with the fingers and the toes, allowing the body to gently externalize, but taking your time as you do this. And move and stretch in a way that's right for you. You may like to bring the knees to the chest to find ease in the back, or raise the arms above the head for a full body stretch. Whatever works for you at this moment. When you're ready, lie on the right side for a few moments. And then with the eyes closed or downcast, again taking your time, gently come up into a comfortable sitting position, trying to maintain the peaceful state, the inner stillness that you have created, that you've returned to. And now bringing the awareness to the eyebrow center, and seeing once again that candle flame, the candle from the temple where we just visited, lies within you. And observe how this steady candle flame and its light cascades throughout the body, providing you with the peace and stillness that is your natural state. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude our practice. Breathing in for Om chanting. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.